Hello and welcome to another episode of Math with Shinrai Sensei. We are going to go over some basic properties to help you make multiplication, subtraction, and addition a little bit easier. Some of these are just common sense, but some of these might actually help you out, and especially when we get into algebraic expressions, you will definitely need to know at least the distributive property will be the most important one, really. But the rest of these properties are good to know from a perspective of, just having like a blanket rule that you 100% know is true. So we'll go over the identity properties, the commutative, associative, and distributive properties, and we'll make it a super brief, super easy video today, all right? So the identity property of addition. Anything plus 0 is itself. So 5 plus 0 is 5. A plus 0 is A, right? Identity property of multiplication. Anything times 1 is itself. So 7 times 1 is 7. A times 1 is A, right? Super simple, very basic, common sense. You're not adding any value when you do any of these. So when you multiply by 1, you're basically saying, I only have one of something. So the case of A would be a really good example. So let's say apple, right? I have one apple. I'm not adding any more value to it. So I can't add another apple if I don't have it. So it can't be 2 apples or 3 apples or anything like that. It's just apple. That's just the apple, right? It would be multiple apples if I had more than one. But I've only got one apple. So it's just the apple. That's all it's equal to, is the apple. Identity property of addition and multiplication, super simple. Anything plus 0 is itself. Anything times 1 is itself. Commutative property, right? So long as there's only one operation being done here, right? The order that you do it in doesn't matter. That's basically what that means. So if I have A plus B, well, that's equal to B plus A. You can change which side of the addition sign you've got stuff on, but that order doesn't matter when it comes to just having one operation going on. So in addition, if you've only got one number being added to one number, if you change that number to being that number plus that number instead of that number plus that number, it doesn't change the value at all, right? Pretty simple. Obviously, should be common sense, but you'd be amazed how weird people are. All right. Now, A times B and B times A, once again, it's one operation going on. It doesn't matter what way you orient the numbers when it has one operation. Okay? And it's only for addition and subtraction. It's not for, not addition and subtraction, sorry. It's only for addition and multiplication. It's anything that's adding value. It doesn't matter what order you add value in. It only matters if you're changing the operation from addition to multiplication, or if you are if you have subtraction or division thrown in there, you can't change the order, because there is a specific order that subtraction and division require specific orders. Addition and multiplication, so long as it's just one of those operations going on. I could have 30 numbers written on here, right? So for the commutative property for addition, right? I could have A plus B plus C plus D plus E all on here. It does not matter what order any of these variables are written in, because it won't change the outcome. The commutative, that's all the commutative property is about. Pardon me for sounding a little weird when I say commutative. It's kind of hard to enunciate that one when you're trying to talk a little on the quicker side, right? So, and I don't mean to talk on the quicker side, so if you guys sincerely are having trouble keeping up with me, please let me know in the comment section below. I will attempt to slow down my speech, but if I can't, then I just recommend you guys go up on that little video controls section and slow down the video to a speed that you can understand me better, right? And then, once again, going into the commutative property of multiplication, so long as it's all multiplication, then I don't have an issue if I was to change the order of all these around. It doesn't change the value. Pardon me. So I can change the order of all of these up. It doesn't matter because it's going to be the same. The commutative property only applies when you have only one operation going on. It can't be addition and subtraction. You can just change the order however you want to because that changes the value depending on where you put it in correlation, right? But if all of those processes are the same, you can move it anywhere you want to. Now, if I have a expression that is like A times B plus C times D, right? Well, the best way to visualize this would be put these in parentheses. And now, the parentheses, I can use the commutative property within. And I can use the commutative property on the parentheses themselves, too. But I can't change anything else, right? I can write that all those different ways, right? I can write that all those different ways. But the one thing that never changed was that the multiplication had to stay with the multiplication and the addition has to be isolated. So you isolate the multiplication, you isolate the addition, and you can change those orders, but you cannot change addition to multiplication or vice versa, right? And once again, the commutative property only applies to addition and multiplication, and it only applies to keeping things added that are being added and keeping things multiplied that are being multiplied. The moment you try to put something into a multiplication problem and take something else out of a multiplication problem, you're going to cross wires, you're going to cause yourself all sorts of grief, and you'll get the wrong answer every time. All right? So there's the commutative property. Kind of give you some examples, right? Now, the associative property basically means you can associate any two numbers together you want to, so long as all the operations are like. So I can write parentheses around anything that's if I have three numbers that are being multiplied together, I can put parentheses and isolate those two numbers if I want to, right? It doesn't matter because really the associative property, once again, is just kind of people writing rules that don't necessarily matter because this should be common sense, right? If I write out A times B times C without parentheses, it's now subject to the commutative property, and I can write it in any order I want to. So of course I can group them in any order I want to. Then that's all the associative property is. So long as it's all addition or all multiplication going on, I can group those numbers however I want to. Now, maybe for simplifying or maybe for solving an equation later on down the road, it might kind of be helpful. But for basic mathematics, the associative property is common sense and unnecessary until you start throwing variables on the other side of an equal sign or something. Right? Now, the distributive property is probably the most useful of all these properties because it's the one that's not 100% just common sense and kind of feels strange to even have to do a lesson on, right? The rest of these are very much common sense. Really shouldn't have to get too much into it. But the commutative property can have its confusion with people depending on how it's explained. But so long as you keep the operations grouped together how they're supposed to be, you can do the commutative property any way you want to. The distributive property, however, is taking these numbers and multiplying that there and there. Multiplying that there and there. And then this operation always stays right in the middle, right? So if you need to, by the way, you can take a screenshot at any time of what I've got written up here. Yep, you guys can still see the identity of addition. So you can take a screenshot anytime that you need to of this screen if it helps. And please, once again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below or leave them at my Twitter handle, Shinrai Sensei 15. And I will be more than happy to answer them. But the distributive property basically just means that if you're multiplying a number based on the if you're multiplying a number by parentheses that contain a addition or subtraction problem, right? You can distribute the multiplication to every single number that's being added or subtracted within the parentheses. So, and it only works on multiplication being done to these parentheses. It doesn't work for addition, subtraction, or division. It only works on multiplication, right? So you can distribute the A to the B and the C. So it becomes AB minus AC, or in this case, AB plus AC. And the addition always stays there in the middle between those two. Pretty simple, pretty basic. If you guys do want me to go into some more specific examples and stuff like that, I will be more than happy to. Just once again, leave a comment down in the comment section. And if you guys found this lesson helpful, like, share, and subscribe, and recommend me to anybody that you may think needs help with some math and stuff like that, or science or English. I do English videos on Wednesdays and science videos on Fridays, and math is every Monday. We got Math Mondays over here. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, and thank you for your patience and thank you for listening in, and hopefully you guys learned something.